Guys, so welcome to the supply and demand video section. So this section is just honestly just going to be one video, excuse me, just because of the fact that supply and demand is basically another form of support and resistance. So it's going to be kind of like a real quick explanation. It's literally the same thing, honestly. You'll understand what I'm talking about as we see here. So what I'm going to show you right now is forms of supply and demand zone. So up here, notice how price tried to go up right here. And as you can see here, it left a humongous wick. It tried, but came right back down. So this can be a form of a supply and a demand zone. The same thing right here, how price tried to come back up, but since it was in a retracement, it kept going right back down. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. Try to go up, came back down. Same thing here. Try to go up, came right back down. So right here, I have 4 little supply and demand zones. This could be one right here, actually, to be honest. So notice how on these levels, the price tried to go and break above, but it didn't, and it failed, and it just kept coming down. So these are basically levels where price tried to break above, but they didn't. So what does that mean? That means in the near future, when price starts to do this, it will most likely touch this supply and demand zone. Basically the previous resistance or previous support. Like I said, guys, it's very simple. It's the same thing, honestly. It's basically the same thing. So what it's going to continue to do, if it continues to keep going up, what it's going to do is touch the next one. Keep going, touch the next one, touch the next one. But that doesn't mean that price is going to touch it every single time. It doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen every single time. Could get close, but it could just go away. Other than that, the supply and the demand zone basically is, like I said, a form of support and a resistance. So I'm going to press play here on the graph, and I'm going to show you. We were on a downtrend, and then price started to channeling to the side. It's not really going back down anymore. You see the pattern. It starts to consolidate. Boom, was in a down channel. Now it's in a side channel, and now price seems to be becoming bullish because it's not making new lower lows. What it did was make a high, make a new high, came back, retested this level of support, and rejected it. So what it's probably going to most likely do is become bullish and then try to touch this level of supply and demand zone right here, which is this previous resistance. Basically the same thing. So let's see how these zones are reacted to. Okay. Oh, touched it, came right back down. Notice again, we're back up. Look at that. We touched it, came right back down. You see how these zones are being touched? They were once levels where basically price tried to break above but couldn't. So when it started to come back and go to that direction, what it's most likely going to do 90% of the time is it's going to retouch it. So I like to use these zones as forms of places where I can feel confident that I know price is going to hit. So in this situation, notice how we have a new high, we had a retracement, and then we started to continue going up. So basically, if I would have ran my Fibonacci from here to here, look at this. Notice how the golden zone, very well respected, came up, hit here, kept going up, and came over here. And as you can see, this other level of supply and demand right here was basically touched. Now, let's keep going. Boom, came back. Look at that. Ooh. Now it looks like we're channeling down again. And boom, look at that. Notice how we broke out again, and then we came to retest this level again. and boom. Easy, super clean, and very simple. Fibonacci retracement here, golden zone, supply and demand, take profit 3 hit, take profit 4 is right under this other level of support and resistance. So most likely what price is going to do is it's most likely going to touch this level. Whether today or tomorrow, it's most likely going to touch this level because this form of supply and demand resistance was once touched, projected, came back, broke it, and now it's making its way to the next one. So we'll see what happens, later on in the future. You know what I mean? We'll see. And what happens is, most likely what it's going to do is it's going to touch this level. That's basically what it's going to do. So let's go to my favorite. Let's look at this, how this has been ranging. Basically, the same thing happened here. This level, and now, most likely this level. You see that? At one time, we were here. One time we were here. One time we were here. And notice how price is making its way back. Same thing with GJ. Oh, look at that. Take profit 1 hit on GBP USD. I mean, GBP JPY. Boom. Golden zone. Bam. Nice. Let's clean that up. Alrighty. So let's go back to the 4 hour. I like to do this on the 4 hour because, it's a lot more cleaner in my opinion because the daily candles are sometimes way too big. So on the 4 hour, they're kind of a little bit more broken down and you can kind of see a little bit more better than what you're seeing. As you can see, the same thing. Let me just put this here. As you guys can see, this level was once there. This level was once there. This level is most likely going to hit. Very, very common. You'll see that price does seem to come back almost every single time. Let's see if we can find. This is a good example. Okie dokie. So we were once here, try to break above, failed. Same thing here. Same thing here. And as you can see, price, downtrend, side channel, break, came back here, touched it, came back here, touched it, and came back here and touched it, as you can see, before coming all the way right back down. And as you can see, if we do this to the future, and spread it, notice how price comes and keeps going. So let's say, for example, we're in a setup right here, a smaller time frame setup, like a 15-minute or whatever. We can most likely target this area, this area, this area here, because in the past, the price tried to break above in that area, but it couldn't. So when it starts to get near and break, market structure to continue to the upside or the downside, most likely price is going to find its way back to where it previously tried to break through, under, or above. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of videos on it just because it's basically the same thing as support and resistance.